Hello, this is Tamas Kalman with Avaya Global Services, and today I'm going to talk about how to upgrade Communication Manager 6.3 running on system platform to release 7 using Solution Deployment Manager. In the upgrade workflow, first, SDM will back up the Communication Manager data. Once the data is backed up, a deployment of Avaya Appliance Virtualization Platform is required. This is a manual step. While this is running, SDM will pause the upgrade. Once AVP is available, we will deploy Communication Manager 7.0 in this AVP environment using the OVA file. Finally, the Communication Manager data will be restored to the upgraded server. A couple of disclaimer points regarding this video. This video focuses on the solution deployment workflow of this upgrade. This video was not intended as a comprehensive guide to upgrading Communication Manager to release 7, and for supported upgrade paths and prerequisites and data migration steps, you will need to consult the corresponding documentation on the Avaya support website, including upgrading Avaya Aura Communication Manager, upgrading and migrating Avaya Aura applications to release 7.0. And there are a couple of system manager configuration prerequisites not covered in this video, which are PLDS user settings and access should be configured in System Manager before following these steps. And the software library being used for the upgrade should be correctly configured. To begin the upgrade, I select these items, and from the upgrade actions button, which in the meantime became active, I have a couple of options I can choose. There's upgrade update, installed patches, and custom patching. In this case, we want to upgrade the system, so we select the first option. In the upgrade configuration view, there are a couple of choices that you have to make, and you can see here that for the Communication Manager and Utility Services service or server, the configuration status shows this red cross. So let us drill down to this Communication Manager element and click on Edit. So now once we drill down to this element after clicking on Edit, we can see why it has actually shown up. That red cross. Operation is upgrade and the ESXi host is set as same box, meaning that the upgraded system will reside on the same hardware as currently the system platform, and on it the Communication Manager and the utility server is running. So same box here. However, the upgrade source is not being selected, and we have to select that, and that will be our local software library, since that is the location to where we have downloaded the OVA files. And upgrade 2, and with that the mandatory fields have been populated. We should drill down to the upgrade configuration details section, and as you can see here, there are a couple of data items here that need to be filled out about network settings of CM, WebLM servers, IP address, and other data items. So for that, you can use this pre-populate data button, and for that to work, you need to populate existing administrative user and Communication Manager, and you can basically just use the user used for System Manager that is already populated in the inventory, so I just go with that. Click pre-populate data and wait for a few moments, and as you can see, the IP address and other network details I have populated. The only last option that you need to select is the footprint that you need for your new system. You need to select this based on your system needs, and you can use the upgrade documentation to select the one that is most appropriate for you. I just select the most basic option. And here you still have to read the end user license agreement, and if you agree with it, check the checkbox. Once this is all finished, you can click save. We can see that the configuration status or Communication Manager turned green. It's time now to take a look at the utility services element, and the configuration status for that is also red, and we need to edit that. So the operation and ESXi host fields are already populated. We need to select the upgrade source, which will be our local software library, and we select the OVA file from the upgrade to field. And once that's done, we have to drill down to the upgrade configuration details section. And basically the procedure is the same as for Communication Manager. You provide the administrative user for utility services, And I just do that now, and you can click on pre-populate data for utility services, and it will take a few moments, but it will populate the missing mandatory fields with data. So as you can see now, basically all the essential network information, the host name, you don't really have to worry about these. The only option that you need to select here is the flexi footprint. Please refer to the upgrade documentation to select the appropriate choice for your system. I will just select the minimal resources option for this tutorial. And before saving this page, you just need to read the end user license agreement and click the checkbox indicating that you agree with it, and you can save this by clicking on save. So now the utility services element configuration status also turned green. I click on upgrade, and you can schedule it to run at a specific time, but this time I just select run immediately and click on the schedule button. After refreshing the upgrade management page, now the last section status column shows a running status for the communication manager and also for utility services. If you click on the small progress wheel, you can see actually and observe how the upgrade is progressing. After a few minutes of waiting, the upgrade steps have been carried out with the pre-upgrade check and also the pre-migration checks. And after that, the backup of Communication Manager has been taken. And now the backup has been downloaded to SMGR as well. As you can see here, now a migration step, it shows this as a pause button. And this is because at this point, since this is a same box installation upgrade, so that means that we will deploy the new version, so the upgraded version, to the same hardware, but that will be upgraded into a new Avaya appliance virtualization platform. And because of that, now the migration has been paused. And this is the point where we have to go to the actual server, so the hardware server on which the system platform is still running. And we need to install the Avaya appliance virtualization platform. And until we do that, the upgrade remains in a pause status. Let me install Avaya virtualization platform and we take it from there. I have completed the AVP installation on the hardware where previously the system platform with the CM and utility server was installed. We can proceed adding this new AVP host into VM management under Solution Deployment Manager. Our first task is to add the location. Here under locations, click new and specify a name. And as you can see, you can add further information, some additional details, but basically the only mandatory field is the location name. Click save. The location is created now, so let us add the AVP host to Solution Deployment Manager. You need to click the add button here and specify a host name. In my case, I just specified a fully qualified domain name. Here I specify the IP address and the username of the AVP and click save. Now the Solution Deployment Manager attempts to obtain information from the AVP. As you can see, it has also obtained the certificate information. So in this case, you need to click accept certificate to accept the certificate that is deployed on the AVP server. The host has been created, updated. As you can see here, the current action says here create update completed. Basically, we have successfully added the AVP host into VM management. We can proceed with continuing our upgrade. Navigate back to upgrade management, and the upgrade is still in a pause state. Select the elements, and from upgrade actions, click on resume. Here we need to populate a few things. One of them is the target host, which will be the AVP host we just added. And basically that is running on the same hardware as the old system used to be. Select a data store, and you also need to select flexi footprint. As you noticed, you have already selected a footprint when the upgrade was started, but now you have to select it again. Just make sure you select the same option. And also for the utility server, I also select the target host and the data store and also the flexi footprint option. So once that's done, we need to click edit for each row to verify and confirm the network configuration. So I just clicked edit. The only network interface that I am using on the AVP at the moment is the VM NIC1, and I have turned off out-of-band management for the AVP, so I just leave it as it is and click done. I also click edit for the utility server to review the settings there. And as you can see, essentially the settings are similar there as well. Like I mentioned, for the CM, I only have this network interface card configured, so I just select that network interface. So I choose it to run immediately. You can also, of course, schedule to run it later, and I click schedule. And now if you check the last action status, you will see that it is a pending state. And as you can see here, this progress wheel is already showing that the upgrade is in progress. So let's click and see how the upgrade is actually progressing. After about 20 minutes, the upgrade has proceeded further. The VM deployment and the restore step and post-restore step now show as completed, and the upgrade job also shows as completed. So let us take a look at what the current status of each element is. It appears that we have communication manager upgrade has completed, and now the system is still in the process of upgrading the utility server. Let's wait for another few minutes until it completes. Refresh the view here to see the status. As you can see, now we only have 2 elements in place of 4. This is because the template entry and the system platform entry has been removed, as we do not have a template or a system platform anymore. The upgrade has completed successfully. If I scroll to the right here, you can actually see that the current version has been updated to release 7. So this upgrade was successful. Thank you for watching. We welcome questions and feedback on mentor@avaya.com and on Twitter @AvayaMentor. For more details and other technical information, please visit support.avaya.com.